Once I've fixed the microphone, I've wrecked it already, it seems. I'm Maurice Bouvier, Assistant Deputy Minister with Manitoba Agriculture. I'm our executive lead on the protein strategy, but welcome everyone. I just wanted to thank you for coming here today. We've got a little bit of adverse weather that'll keep a few of our registrants away today. We're fortunate that almost all of our speakers are here. Just one that wasn't able to be here, but so we've shifted things around just a little bit, but I don't think you'll really notice at all. So pleased that you could join us here today. You have the agenda for the day in the package that you received at the registration desk. Before we go any further, I want to acknowledge we are gathered on Treaty 1 territory, and that Manitoba is located on the treaty territories and ancestral lands of the Anishinabeg, the Anishinaabe, the Dakota Oyate, the Dene Sulin, and the Nehethowuk nations. We acknowledge Manitoba is located on the homeland of the Red River Métis. We acknowledge northern Manitoba includes lands that were and are the ancestral lands of the Inuit, and we respect the spirit and intent of treaties and treaty making and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration. So before we get to our first speaker, just a bit of housekeeping for you. Washrooms are close. Some of you have probably already found them. Out the door, to the right, down the hall, short right. So those are quite close to us, and as I said, we'll probably have people coming in the next 15-20 minutes that have taken a little bit longer. So we'll just play it by ear. As people come in, we'll welcome them. The itinerary for the day, very full. We'll try to keep things moving along here. We even have timers that are going to tell me I'm going too long already. We're confident that you'll find the information, the knowledge, the networks that you'll either nurture or start to develop as a result of this protein summit valuable for you. We hope you find the day productive, and so let's just get going. Our first speaker, and it is going to be a video, and Minister Johnson is going to explain that he's a bit under the weather, so last night he had taped his remarks. But the Honourable Derek Johnson was appointed the Minister of Agriculture for Manitoba in January of 2022. He was first elected as the MLA for the Interlake in 2016 and re-elected for the constituency of Interlake Gimli in 2019. He previously served as the Minister of Municipal Relations. He's a proud Interlaker, and he has strong connections to agriculture and especially the beef industry. So now we are going to play Minister Johnson's remarks for you.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be with you and welcome you on behalf of the province of Manitoba and the Department of Agriculture, of course, my colleagues from the legislature, and the Honourable Heather Stephenson, our Premier of Manitoba. Welcome to the 2022 Sustainable Animal Protein Summit. I wish I could participate in person, but as you can hear from my voice, I don't want to spoil anyone's holiday season. As many of you know, our third successful Animal Protein Summit took place earlier this year in February. It was an excellent virtual event and included thought leaders from the province and around the world sharing ideas regarding sustainable protein systems. Today, we're happy to be back in person, except for me, to have this event focused on animal protein. Where the side of conversations and networking generate and strengthen relationships and ideas, these interactions will benefit our animal protein industry in the future. We are also fortunate to leverage the virtual tools we have to allow us the opportunity to hear from protein experts that could not be here in person. Let me be very clear, sustainable food production is critical. To ignore that imperative is to risk our industry, our communities, and our future. From the beginning, Our Manitoba Protein Advantage strategy has taken center stage in terms of this opportunity. We are the first North American jurisdiction to develop a comprehensive strategy to advance sustainable animal and plant protein. We're proud of this leadership position. The original vision of the Manitoba Protein Advantage strategy was to be North America's protein supplier of choice. The progress made by the joint efforts of industry, government, and academia are bearing fruit and are being noticed both here, at home, and abroad. However, one thing has changed in our vision since 2019. We can be and want to be the global supplier of choice for sustainable animal protein and plant protein. We want to do this in a way that benefits profitability and competitiveness of Manitoba producers, processors, our provincial economy, and our environment. The Manitoba Protein Advantage is on a bold strategy, and we are all well on our way to achieving our goals of $1.5 billion in investment and 1,550 jobs in the protein industry by the end of 2025. The momentum towards these goals have been very positive, with partnership from local, national, and international companies and other organizations. Today, I'm pleased to report that since 2019, our protein industry has seen $823 million in investments, that's 55% of our goal, and 912 new jobs secured, that's 59% of that goal. I want to note that these totals do not fully capture investments in primary agriculture production, including new pork, poultry, and egg barns, and all of their expansions. We will be quantifying these investments in the next few months, and also quantifying new investments since 2019 put us well over the $1 billion mark investment and 1,000 jobs. The animal protein industry has been a strong part of this new investment, and some of the recent developments include Top Pigs Norsvin invested $35 million into its new sow breeding and gestation nucleus site near Plumas, adding 28 high-tech jobs in rural Manitoba. This highlights the pork industry's leadership and innovation here in Manitoba. True North Foods near Carman invested $7 million to expand its beef processing capacity, which will add as many as 80 new jobs in the next 4 years. New Bothwell Cheese invested $19 million to upgrade processing and distribution, adding 30 new full-time jobs. Maple Leaf invested $182 million, creating 350 new jobs to add capacity to produce pre-cooked microwavable bacon. This investment was moved to Manitoba from an out-of-country processor. Burnbrae Farms invested over $10 million to increase its eggs processing and grading capacity in Winnipeg. Medallion Milk invested over $1.7 million to increase productivity and add automation. Manitoba and Canada are investing $1.5 million through Ag Action Manitoba with Manitoba egg farmers to establish a state-of-the-art egg layer research and public engagement facility at the University of Manitoba's Glenlee Research Station. As you can see by these examples, the level and scope of investment happening around the province in the sector is beyond significant. We also have projects in the pipeline that we are confident will take us to these goals and beyond in the next 2 years. There were also significant investments in protein production, processing, and innovation from 2016 through 2018 that totaled well over $750 million and created more than 300 jobs. This shows that companies have had and continue to show confidence in Manitoba's business environment in terms of investment. This success also speaks to how dynamic our agriculture and processing industries are and strength of the industry, academia, and government leadership in support of protein industry development. But let me switch the focus to today's event. Today's summit is an opportunity to come together and to do a number of things. We want to celebrate the achievements of the animal protein sector, which are many. We want to discuss the opportunities in front of animal protein and how the animal protein industry can play a leadership role in reducing its carbon footprint. We also want the event to energize you as protein industry stakeholders to continue to raise the bar on protein production and processing in terms of value, profitability, circularity, and sustainability. Animal protein is an essential pillar of our global food system and an important industry in Manitoba. It offers a wide variety of benefits to the environment, our economy, and society as a whole. Research and innovation are driving improvements to not only production and economics of the industry, but also strengthening the sustainability of the industry. We also have opportunities for continued innovation in the sector to increase the adaptation of sustainable practices, develop a robust circular economy, and to strengthen public trust. Our government supports research and innovation through funding directed to a variety of areas, including protein extraction, animal health assurance, and improvements to livestock and crop production practices. I would like to tell you about a few highlights of investments and activities that are supporting research and innovation in Manitoba's protein industry. So since 2019, we invested almost 58% of research and innovation funding to support protein innovation through Ag Action Manitoba. Through the leadership of Dr. Jim House of the University of Manitoba's Faculty of Agriculture and Food Sciences, we supported the development of a sustainable protein research strategy. We're providing $1.5 million in funding over 5 years to establish a sustainable protein research chair at the University of Manitoba that will serve as a bridge between industry and academia. As we move to implement the Sustainable Canadian Agriculture Partnership for April of 2023, we will continue to position resources for innovation in animal and plant protein and to meet our goals under the strategy. Last month, Premier Heather Stefanson released the Manitoba Water Management Strategy, which is a framework to conserve wetlands, enhance resiliency, improve surface water quality, manage nutrients, protect biodiversity, and sustain economic development. The action plan for Manitoba's water management strategy will be coming out in the spring of 2023. We are clearly focused on the importance of water and wastewater on protein production and processing, and the need to ensure that we will use this resource wisely and sustainably. These actions will not only support economic development, but also support the resilience of protein production in a changing climate. Lastly, I want to give you an update on Project Aspire, our industry, academia, government shared action plan to achieve our protein industry's vision. Just to remind you, Aspire is the acronym for Accelerating Sustainable Protein Impact Results. Under Aspire, 5 roundtables have already been set up and are actively meeting to discuss and collaborate on solutions to the issues and needs identified in our Protein Advantage strategy. These roundtables are supporting 5 pillars of Aspire, including workforce, water and wastewater infrastructure, measurement, monitoring and verification, branding, communicating and marketing, and of course, innovation. Supporting economic reconciliation through Indigenous-led protein business development and meaningful Indigenous inclusion within the protein sector is also an ongoing priority for Manitoba, the Protein Consortium, and partners of Project Aspire. Aspire has gained significant momentum and participation from industry, and now it requires the right operational entity to coordinate, catalyze, and facilitate its implementation. It's time to take Project Aspire to the next level, a level that sees government continue as a partner and enabler, but shifts the day-to-day leaderships for the action plan outside of government. To accomplish this and position Project Aspire for success, I'm pleased to announce the creation of the Aspire Hub that is being established within the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters Association as the host organization and facilitator to implement Project Aspire. Through Ag Action Manitoba, under the Canadian Agriculture Partnership with Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, we have committed $620,000 to create the Aspire Hub. We will have more announcements around the hub in the not too distant future. As the host organization, Canadian manufacturers and exporters will be going out shortly to recruit the hub's leaders and facilitators that will manage the implementation of Project Aspire and facilitate action amongst companies, industry associations, government, academic institutions, and other stakeholders to make Project Aspire come alive and support our collective vision in sustainable protein. The establishment of Aspire Hub is a major step for the strategy and the action plan. This transition will continue to position Manitoba as the leader in sustainable protein. In closing, when you consider that our Manitoba Protein Advantage strategy was launched just over 3 years ago, we have all come together to create a strong foundation for protein industry in a meaningful way in a relatively short time frame. The strategy has placed us in a unique position to realize our potential and to succeed and to move ahead with confidence. The energy, talent, and innovation in our province is inspiring. I want to say thank you for everything that all of you do to bring the protein sector to this summit. I appreciate your time and attention today and look forward to hearing from your new ideas and outcomes from this event. Let's keep doing great things together. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, we're thankful that Minister Johnson could do the video. It's too bad he wasn't able to be here with you all today. But before we invite Dixon Gould up to the stage, we want to just show you a very short video, less than 3 minutes here. It's a new video about Project Aspire.
By 2030, we expect the world population is going to grow to more than 9 billion people, and every single one of them is going to need protein. Manitoba's agricultural system, with its expertise and diversity, has the potential to sustainably feed the world.
The Manitoba Protein Strategy is a bold vision with actionable items that will lead Manitoba to be the world leader in global sustainable protein production and processing.
It's important to have an ambitious goal because the problem is enormous. Feeding the world sustainably is going to be one of the most critical issues that we tackle in our generation.
Everyone in the industry has a role to play. Collaboration will be the key to our success.
Integration of the crop industry, livestock, and conservation all working together on one landscape.
Manitoba is an agricultural hub. We're big enough to have all the elements to be a leader, and yet we're small enough to know each other and be able to work together.
Things like for the Manitoba Protein Strategy are an opportunity for us to learn about how we can engage with our water, our earth, how we interact with our food. There's a tapestry of people in Manitoba that are all innovative, trying to find a way to move to a more regenerative agricultural system.
And Manitoba has a great advantage because we have raw materials and we also have green electricity, which fits very well with sustainable pea protein. This is why we choose Manitoba to build the biggest, largest pea protein plant in the world.
Manitoba proudly leads Canada and the world as an innovation model for high-value sustainable protein that nurtures and benefits all people, the local environment, and the climate. Our vision is audacious, but it's achievable.
Visit our website to find out how you can get involved in the Manitoba Protein Strategy. Together, we can feed the world.
So one thing I wanted to mention, and as Minister Johnson mentioned in his video address, was the funding to Project Aspire and establish a hub. So we're absolutely thrilled to do that, and we have our partners here from the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters Association. Ron and Carrie have joined us here, so thank you very much. We look forward to continuing our work with you and continuing our work on Project Aspire and the protein strategy. So next, I want to call up Dixon Gould. Dixon is the chair of the Manitoba Protein Consortium, and just such a great champion for protein development in the province. He was one of the original members of the Protein Consortium, and he brings a whole lot of experience, contacts, and passion to this group, and have really helped us move as a group of industry, government, and academia forward in a much quicker way than I ever anticipated personally. So Dixon is president of Progressive Group, and which offers business management services, livestock production expertise, and in the pork industry, and many related ventures as a result. Dixon has a degree in agricultural economics, holds the professional agrologist designation, and he served previously as an executive council member for Maple Leaf Foods. As I mentioned, Dixon is the chairperson of Manitoba Protein Consortium, and we'll have Dixon come up and talk about Aspire and where we go from here. Dixon Gould.
First of all, I just want to say thanks to the Department of Agriculture. This announcement today has been, there's been a lot of hard work that's been done by the consortium, and as well as the Department of Ag has been a great supporter. And I also want to recognize Dori Ginjera that's here, that she's been the person kind of behind the scenes going through this for the last number of years, and we really appreciate that, Dori. Thanks very much. Thanks, Maurice, for the thanks, Maurice, for the introduction. Anyways, I'll get right into it. I don't want to slow down the show here today, but sustainability for future generations is top of the mind for the world's most prominent thought leaders. The global food system is prepared to feed estimated 8.6 million people within the next decade. With climate change, geopolitical risk, and other supply chain disruptions, this is really a very, very formidable task. Our vision for Manitoba is to be the world leader, the global leader in sustainable protein. And I want to spend the next few minutes sharing my perspective on how we can accomplish this. In a changing world where we have social responsibility, environmental impact, strong governance are paramount. Companies who are investing in supply chain into supplying sustainable food will reap the economic benefits now and also in the future. Through the Manitoba Protein Advantage, we can embrace Manitoba's agricultural opportunity, the positive impact potential that we can do to reduce and remove emissions, manage and adjust for changing climate, and be a steward for the precious natural resources that we have. Manitoba recognizes the need for sustainable animal protein as an opportunity to enable proactive innovation in our world-class research institutions, and to nurture a robust economic environment to support all the province's players and key players and producers. Stakeholders across all sectors co-created the action framework map that has become the driving force. And I think if you ever get a chance today to go through and take a look at the map, you can actually see what great detail and thought has gone into this. This is a world-class effort in actually identifying all the issues. From a government perspective, the strategy is taking a collective and a whole-of-government approach by engaging diverse subject matter experts to collaborate on meaningful industrial-wide solutions. The strategy vision is to advance sustainable protein innovation, meaningful job creation, and economic development to position Manitoba as a global leader in sustainable protein. This is a bold vision. We've heard the minister here talk about it. We can do it, we must do it, and we will achieve it. But there's more work for us to do. We have invited you here today to celebrate the efforts of those in the room, those who have forged through difficult terrain to lead projects and make significant investments in the province of Manitoba within their own organizations, and we really want to celebrate their collaborative achievements. Because of your efforts, the Manitoba protein industry will become the resilient, adaptable model that we envision it to be. We are also here to have important, candid discussions about how we can reduce barriers in working together, not just amongst the animal protein, but across all sectors in the protein industry, and taking a look at how we can work collaboratively together. Both animal and plant protein play a vital role in sustainably meeting the food supply needs of the planet now and also in the future. As these sectors work together, we advance sustainability. The circularity byproducts, the waste streams from one sector are often the key and can become the key input for another sector. And this is just one of the many solutions that we really want to take a look at to value add the waste streams. From the beginning, the Manitoba government has worked with the Manitoba Protein Advantage from a government strategy to now what we're seeing here as an industry-led initiative. Protein industry stakeholders believe that an industry-led hub will be the most effective approach to implementing that. And as we go through this, you'll see that the action framework, the implementation of the action framework will provide flexibility, credibility, and a stronger ability to leverage contributions from industry through an NGO. The establishment of the hub at the CME and Ron and Kerry's team, will continue to build on the Project Aspire, and we'll now be able to leverage all the resources that organization has. CME will become the host, will be the host for the hub. However, it will be industry, the stakeholder partners, our strategic partners that have been along this journey. They will be the ones that will be working together with CME to move this thing forward. The new Aspire Hub will lead conversations with protein stakeholders to support active participation in growing the sustainable protein sector and to respond to the demand for sustainable products and ingredients from both animal and plant protein. The hub really aims to enabling the environment to expand opportunities for Manitoba to realize our true potential. As we all know, we produce high quality, diverse, increasingly sustainable value-add products. But now, in particular, if you take a look at I'm looking for the exact word here, but if you take a look at one of our round tables that's going to be on branding, the idea that we can actually come up with a brandable product, for all Manitobans that really emphasizes the sustainability is going to be really, really crucial in helping us to attract more value-add processors to the province. And when we take a look at the hub, we're really equipping the Manitoba protein industry with the resources, the tools to deal with the challenges that we all face. And there are a lot of challenges that we're facing, but I think those are just hurdles that we just have to jump over. We really want Manitoba to become the go-to jurisdiction where companies meet and want to do business. The creation of the Hub for Sustainable Protein aims to stimulate, nurture a very ambitious and essential response for the Manitoba agri-food sector to the many environmental, social, economic factors facing our province, and really becoming a world leader in these areas. Setting this ambitious goal is important in today's environment, where every aspect of our food we rely on to sustain us is facing disruption. From land management, water use, to consumer food choices and preferences. Keeping this goal in the forefront of our minds is what guides us. It inspires us to come together and offers opportunities for all the stakeholders to find their place and to contribute. Pursuing the common goal and readiness to respond for a rapidly growing market of sustainable products will ensure Manitoba is actively participating in leading this new initiative into the new economy. Together as industry leaders, we can lead the development of resilient communities and landscapes, both not just in the city of Winnipeg, but in the rural areas and the rural communities. Economic development and job creation in all sectors. We have collaboration of industry on pre-competitive areas such as water, wastewater, workforce, and sustainability. We can lead Manitoba protein sector to the forefront of addressing climate change at a large scale while building resiliency to withstand climate change impacts. As we continue to implement Manitoba's protein advantage and begin work on the Aspire Hub for sustainable protein, industry-wide collaboration and knowledge sharing will be critical to its success. We have all the critical elements in Manitoba to be a world leader in sustainable protein. Our advantage is clear. We are a rich landscape with resources. We have a knowledgeable workforce. We have agriculture diversity. We have a growing, successful value add and processing sector, and we're known as friendly, welcoming, and a collaborative jurisdiction to do business. Our industry has also a major first step advantage with our clean energy supply of hydroelectricity, which is going to be a very, very important lever as we move ahead. As we look forward to the future of the animal protein, everyone has a role. It will take hard work. It'll take commitment to fulfill this vision. We must be bold, realizing that vision requires determination, and success will not happen overnight. Success is cumulative, as you can see with all our progress that we made since 2019. With ongoing collaboration and a clear purpose, Manitoba is extremely well equipped on all fronts to carry out and achieve our vision to be the leader in sustainable protein. I want to thank everyone. I look forward to what we can accomplish together, and looking forward to the great session here today. And I just want to personally thank everyone for coming out to support and to listen to the 2022 Sustainable Animal Protein Summit. Welcome. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dixon. So next, we'll